Jamie Anderson's journey is not just the story of a snowboarder. It's the story of a young girl who turned the snowy slopes of a small mountain town into her personal training ground and rose to become one of the greatest snowboarders the world has ever seen. From humble beginnings in a mountain cabin to winning Olympic gold, her life is a perfect example of passion, persistence, and believing in your dreams when the world might not see them yet. Jamie Anderson was born on September 13, 1990, in South Lake Tahoe, California. Growing up in a big family with 7 siblings, her childhood was far from ordinary. Life in the Anderson household was simple, surrounded by nature, snow, and endless adventure. Her parents encouraged creativity and resilience, and Jamie found her own outlet on the snowy slopes near their cabin. While other kids spent time indoors with toys and TV, Jamie was outside, strapping on a snowboard that was way too big for her small frame, falling countless times and still smiling every step of the way. Snowboarding was not just a sport for Jamie, it became her identity. At the age of 9, she received her first real snowboard, and that was the spark that lit the fire. Unlike many athletes who start with professional coaches and structured training, Jamie learned through experience, observation, and sheer determination. She would watch older riders, mimic their moves, and then add her own twist.
By the time she was 13, she was already making a name for herself as one of the most promising young snowboarders in the country. But talent alone doesn't guarantee success. What made Jamie stand out was her mindset. She was fearless, willing to take risks on the slopes, and unafraid of falling because she knew every fall was a lesson. At 15 years old, she won her first Winter X Games medal, becoming one of the youngest competitors ever to reach the podium. That victory was more than just a medal. It was a statement to the world that Jamie Anderson had arrived. From that moment, her career skyrocketed. She dominated slopestyle competitions, dazzling judges and fans with her fluid style, creative tricks, and ability to stay calm under pressure. Jamie wasn't just competing. She was redefining what women's snowboarding could look like. While others focused on playing it safe, Jamie pushed boundaries, attempting bigger jumps, smoother landings, and riskier combinations. Her confidence and authenticity set her apart from the rest. Of course, success doesn't come without challenges. Snowboarding is a dangerous sport, and Jamie faced her share of injuries and setbacks. But every time she fell, she got back up stronger. She treated failures as fuel, and that resilience became the foundation of her success. Beyond the physical struggles, there was also the pressure of expectations. Once you're at the top, the world expects you to stay there. But Jamie handled it with grace. She focused not on chasing medals, but on enjoying the sport she loved since childhood. That joy became her secret weapon. Then came the Olympics. In 2014, slopestyle snowboarding made its historic Olympic debut in Sochi, Russia. It was a historic moment for the sport, and Jamie Anderson was ready. With the world watching, she delivered a nearly flawless run filled with style, precision, and confidence. When the scores came in, she had secured the first ever Olympic gold medal in women's slopestyle. It was a monumental achievement, not just for Jamie, but for the entire snowboarding community.
She had etched her name in history. 4 years later, at the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, Jamie once again rose to the occasion. Despite challenging weather conditions and immense pressure, she defended her title and won her second consecutive Olympic gold in slopestyle. This cemented her status as one of the greatest snowboarders of all time. Few athletes in any sport get to the top. Even fewer manage to stay there. Jamie did both, and she did it with a smile. But Jamie Anderson's story is not only about medals and championships, it's about her spirit. She has always stayed true to herself, living with authenticity, kindness, and a deep connection to nature. Off the slopes, she is passionate about sustainability and protecting the environment, using her platform to inspire others to care for the planet. She also mentors young athletes, showing them that success is not just about talent, but about perseverance, love for the game, and believing in yourself even when the odds are stacked against you. Her journey from a mountain cabin to the world stage is proof that greatness can come from the most humble beginnings. She didn't grow up with luxury or privilege. She grew up with snow, mountains, and a dream. And through years of hard work, dedication, and fearless determination, she transformed that dream into a legacy. Today, Jamie Anderson is more than just a snowboarder. She is a symbol of resilience, passion, and inspiration. For young athletes, she is living proof that no dream is too big and no background is too small. For fans around the world, she is a reminder that when you combine talent with heart, you can achieve the impossible. So whenever you feel like giving up, remember Jamie Anderson. Remember the girl who started on the snowy hills outside her family's cabin and ended up on the top of the Olympic podium. Remember that your beginnings do not define your ending. With passion, persistence, and belief, you too can carve your own path to greatness. Jamie Anderson's story is not finished yet, but one thing is certain: her legacy will inspire generations of dreamers, athletes, and believers to keep pushing forward no matter how steep the mountain may be.